welcome to our podcast, Non-Perishable
Non-perishable
Goods.
goods.
Woo! Party
Bah, bah, bah.
night.
Bah, bah,
This is what we
bah.
like to do on Friday nights. Talk about
Stay in the
real
house and talk about real
things.
shit.
Seriously, I almost got robbed last night, guys.
Stacey almost got it. She almost
Allegedly.
she almost didn't make the pod.
But I did not know.
She almost got rocked.
I didn't know. So whatever. But yeah, so we're here and we're
What you don't know will not
excited.
hurt you.
Exactly. Ignorance is bliss in some in some cases. For sure. For sure. It's election season.
Yay.
Are you registered to vote?
Of course I am.
Exactly. Like they always send these like notifications on Instagram and other stuff, and they're like, "Are you registered?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm always." Once you register, aren't you
Yeah,
always
that's it.
registered?
Like, why are you? Yeah, I wish my name was on a list where you don't bother me. Keep asking
Right.
me that question.
Yes, the Secretary of State. So everyone in California at least should have received their ballots.
Got mine
Mine,
yesterday.
mine just happens to be right here. I haven't opened it yet, but definitely gonna do my research and see what's available in candidates from the all the parties, the Republican and the Democratic Party, the
No,
two great parties of America.
there's no Indian, no green on there.
No, I think so.
Yeah,
I think
everybody should
I'm
be
sure
on.
yeah, I'm sure there is. But everybody really rides for Democrats, Republicans, Independents.
You're talking about the P Diddy parties, the record label parties,
Hmm.
the popping parties,
Those are good parties
the
too.
Vanilla Sky parties.
Hmm. Right? So I'm like, how do we start this? I don't know. Do you know how do you identify?
He,
Politically. Come
he,
on, stay
Blasian.
focused. Stay focused. Do you want to divulge? Do you want to share that? Or
I'm
is that personal? Is that a personal
not to
question
me.
in these days and age? You
I
know, like,
think Trump made it proud to be Republican or Democrat. So not anymore. I think back in the days it was
because they would always say the certain things you should not talk about at a dinner table are
right because it's divisive.
politics, religion,
Mm-hmm. And
and
sex.
money.
Oh, money.
Maybe money, financial stuff, I think.
And
But
sex.
sex, I mean, shoot, people talk about, I think a lot of people enjoy that conversation. It's probably not appropriate at the dinner table,
That's because
especially
there
to
is
Republicans.
politics. Yeah.
Ah, there we go. But so I was the past couple days, I have been doing a deep dive into what what do Republicans believe in? What do Democrats believe in?
Tradition. The
Yeah,
people.
yeah. So I think when we go about voting, we have to know the issues and we have to know how, of course, how the candidate, you know, aligns with those issues. And a lot of them are representing a party. But I don't know. I think it's kind of, I don't know. How could you be so like hardcore Republican and hardcore Democrat if you want to advance? Or I don't know. I don't even know. Like it just depends on your goals, I guess. Because you don't want to advance a certain side. I don't know, to me and you, it's not about the party so much. It's about the values. But
It's
I feel
about
like people are really divided though by like, I'm Democrat, I'm Republican. Like I don't identify like that.
Who do you
I'm
identify as?
with the policies of that person. Like what are they going to do? What
So
are
if
they
you
going to
heard
do
a
for me?
if you heard a Republican who was making sense to you, you'd vote for that Republican.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't just vote for Democrats because I'm supposed to vote Democrat
You just
because
won't vote
because
for
I'm
Obama
black.
because he black.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
But,
eighty
but,
percent of black people.
right, right. But I did want to vote for Barack, not just because he was black, but he was qualified. He was a qualified man. And that's why I voted for him, you know?
Okay,
But
I believe you.
yeah, but I mean people don't I think in this day and age, people don't really vote off of the issues and off of the policies of the candidate. But then even the candidates are just really gung ho about their party because they want their party to keep the power. And what I found very interesting, I'll go ahead and list some things off, but the Republican Party, um, this is how they, identify or their ideology is they're the grand old party. Um, they believe in family and individual freedom. They're more conservative. They're in social aspects of society. They're that we'll
And
go into it.
traditional, and
Yeah,
traditional,
yeah, yeah.
and mostly
Economic,
religious,
yeah, economic libertarianism, traditional values. They believe
Christian.
in limited government, large support of private companies, corporations.
Well, limited, yeah, limited government in their business, in their
Hmm.
personal lives and stuff. That's okay. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm. They believe that the states should have rights versus the federal government telling them what to do. They don't want many regulations. They believe religious freedom, but I kind of feel like a lot of Republicans believe in religious freedom in the aspect of
as
you
long as
being
it's
Christian.
Jesus.
Yes, as long as you're Christian. But when you look at what they actually mean by religious freedom, is just they believe that you should have the right to mix church and state. That's what it kind of
Which
comes
is
down to. So, okay, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So now the Democratic Party, they are more liberal and progressive in the sense that they don't want to stay in the traditional way of life. And we'll talk about what we feel traditional American life is. And they believe government to regulate businesses. They believe that the government has social responsibility to take care of all its citizens.
well, regulate to make it to make everything even and make sense, like taxes and stuff, because some
Yeah,
businesses aren't being taxed.
exactly. Like the rich, they believe
Yeah,
in
yeah, like the rich aren't.
taxing the rich, um, which Republicans don't. And then how prominent and powerful government can ensue welfare and equality of all citizens. Heavy taxation, health and social services are accessible for all. Um, Women's rights to abortion, equality for LGBTQ plus people. Um, but I would say most of that right there, like women's gay rights and like civil rights, just civil rights of a person, your creed, your race, all that stuff. They advocate for religious freedom. They also advocate for that, which was interesting to me. That's on their platform. Advocate for religious freedom, but it's more like
Open to everybody.
yeah, everybody, not just Christian.
Buddha,
Yeah. But then
Jesus. Jehovah.
but they value a separation between church and state as it's stated in the Constitution. So the Republican Party is very constitutional. And if the Constitution says that, keep the church and state separate, like
Well,
how do
America,
you
remember, America is a republic state. So it's just kind of funny. It is, we have Republicans and Democrats. So, but the America was founded on republic views. That's why the Republicans is supposed to be like one, group, but then and the other side is like, well, I don't agree with that. So now they're Democrats for democracy, because that democracy is what, for everybody to get a fair share, for everybody to be equal, as long as you're a human being and you're working, everybody should have the chance to live a life, right? So there's Republicans in the republic, and then Democrats for democracy.
Yeah. And you would think that Republicans would want a democratic, fair election system since they're such great or pride themselves on being patriots.
They
Like
do.
why would you want to overthrow your your electoral process if you're a patriot and you don't want your country to just fall to the wayside?
Well, they don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to overthrow it. They just want to make sure it's fair.
Right, but it is fair.
They
But
think
they're perpetuating a lie that's been factually proven that it is a lie. So it's like you're being corrupt, you're being dishonest. And to me, that doesn't represent traditional values, you know? Like how like
it's not a
it's
traditional value to be petty. That's
no.
that's a very human trait. It's a
I don't
very
I don't feel like
traditional.
that's conservative though.
It's very absolutely.
So conservatives are priding themselves on being corrupt.
They pride themselves on speaking their truth, and they think that's the truth.
Yeah, but it's not the truth. You have to believe in facts. They they're
But how
not they're they're not believing in facts.
how many people believe in Jesus, and the other side believes in Buddha? Who's telling the truth? Who's truth? That individual's truth, right?
Yeah, but no, it's not the same. I don't feel that it's the same.
Because they could easily say, well, the lies can be, the news can tell lies, right? CNN, Fox 40, they could all tell lies, like, right? Because they all talk about the how many people think that COVID is fake, or getting the jabs are
Right,
fake.
but right. But
And that's both
see,
sides
but it,
conspiracy theories.
yeah, but there has to be facts and truth. Like, do people believe that in the definition of a fact and a truth these days? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, but who's telling the truth
you
though?
can't
People
just say no.
people
People,
people believe in Fauci, and Fauci lied.
what did he lie about?
He lied about the shit. I don't want to YouTube to knock us out.
Uh,
He
because
lied
it's
about the C
misinformation.
word. Yeah, but no, he got caught in the lie.
What? What's the lie? What was the lie?
He
Just say
he
it.
at first no. Okay, I I want us to be popular. Okay, he lied about
They're not censoring. They're not going to censor us. Like people, they only censor things
why,
that are
because we
misinformation.
okay. Well, this is on the documentary, right? It's like and he said it too. Is like he said he didn't know where the COVID came from, and the COVID came from his lab in China. He was funding that lab. That lab came from him. It came from his
But
from
was
his
he there?
scientist. It doesn't matter. He was funding them, and he was. I don't know if he was
He didn't
there.
know. He probably didn't know every project or everything that was going on in there.
The only reason why I was listening to him is because if you created a virus, you should know how to stop it and prevent it, or prevent from getting it. So if Fauci said wear this and wear that, hell yeah, I'm wearing that and wearing this and wearing that. But if you're not telling us the full story of where it came from and everything, then that's a problem, right? especially being the American public who it's affecting now. Now it's affecting the world. So that's one thing, and then I forgot. I wish I had my notes with me.
Right, but
Um,
in my world, Dr. Fauci said he know where, like where I get my information. He said where it came from.
in the beginning,
I don't know. He said it whenever he said it. He maybe
was
if
it
it
in the
wasn't,
beginning? Was it in March
I don't know, but
of
maybe he came
2020?
clean. Maybe he came clean after the fact. Maybe he felt
Yeah,
guilty. Maybe
after.
he that, but it came out. So the fact is the facts. Like,
Okay,
right? Like we have to, people have to, in this day and age, somebody has to be telling the truth.
that's what
There
I'm
has
saying.
to be
So,
a fact.
but is it possible that CNN and top and I keep saying top four when I say top 40, Fox 40 can be smearing a campaign for to lie, to not
Yeah,
give you
to
the
for their
all the
side.
facts.
Right.
But that's all they're saying. All they're saying is, okay, you did say this or whatever about the voting, but I just don't believe you. I need more facts. I need more facts about the jab. I need more facts about the virus. Blah 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 blah. That's all.
Okay, but so for like the election, like for the election, or when Trump lost the election, it went to all federal courts throughout the country, 40 different courts saying that Biden won officially. So how can the Republican Party continue to say that that's not true?
Well, that's
So
a
all the
few people.
courts are lying? All
That's
the
a
courts are lying?
so that's a few. Not is that every Republican? We don't know if that's every Republican, but
It's the
yes, it's a
current Republican
majority of
Party.
Republican. Sure,
Yeah.
but again, pettiness. It's a very traditional trait. So they're
No,
following right up to their stereotype.
but lying isn't petty. Lying is lying.
Who's
And it's
lying? Who lied?
Trump lost the election.
Yes.
So that's a fact.
Yeah, but who? So who's lying?
Trump in his
They're questioning the voting.
no,
That's
there's
all.
not no. They're questioning that Trump is still president.
No, they're not questioning it. They some of them believe that he's still the president.
Right, and he's not.
I
The
know,
facts
but
are
this is petty. They're just being petty. They know he's not the president.
well,
You guys know
they're
that, right?
causing problems. They're causing problems then.
What are they doing? What's the problem? Just talking shit? Are wells
They
dying?
caused the insurrection off of a
No,
lie.
that was Trump antagonizing. And not only was that antagonizing, but that party was frustrated. That's all. It reminds me of the George Floyd riot. You
But
guys gave me
off of a lie that
off
wasn't
of
true,
anger, off of anger,
from a lie. Can you say
emotions,
that? It's a lie though.
emotional damage
From a lie.
from a
That's on
man
them.
from
If
a
they want to trust a person who lies and attacks the US Capitol from a lie, that's a problem.
I don't think it was from a lie.
It was a lie.
It was from
He's not
anger.
the president. Do you believe that Trump is the president? You truly believe Trump is the president?
Who's you? Me?
Yes.
No,
Okay, so why is he not the president?
because he lost in the voting election from the election.
Okay, so that's all I'm trying to say is
Okay,
like
but but
it's a
you're saying they
fact.
got mad off of a lie. No,
It is
they got mad because their favorite person, orange person, lost. And they
because he
went,
told them to go over
yes,
there to stop the election, to
because
stop the electoral vote.
they thought that he would have their backs and he did not.
Right, but the whole premise of the whole thing was a lie. So I'm just saying, I don't want to keep going over this, but like people have to know that there are real facts in the world. Just
They
because you
know that.
say something, it doesn't mean it's true. But there
I
are
didn't
things that are proven.
this I don't think I really believe that that insurrection was more about anger and emotions. It had nothing. It the lie was part of it, and Trump was definitely 90% of it, but it's them being angry that he didn't win. So whatever he said, even if he said, well, guys, even though we lost, we should just go up there anyway and cause some ruckus, they would have been like, yee, because they're
Right,
stupid.
but he what he did, and according to all the hearings that they just finished yesterday, um, he told them to go up there because he's president and they stole the election from him.
Right.
So that's why they did it. Like there's
Yeah.
no other thing around it. Like
If it
that's what
if
he
it
did.
if it was you and I'm on your side, right? And I'm like, Stacey can do no wrong. And if Stacey said, yo, Bishop, all these, 2,000 people who love me and want to suck on my titty, but I won't let them. I still am the first female president, even though I lost, but I'm still the first president. And you're all like, yeah. And you know what we should do? We should go to, I don't know, Gavin Newsom's house and egg it. And we're all going to be like, yeah, let's go egg the house because we love you. We have your back. Anything you say to us, we're going to believe or we're going to be on your side. We're just going to do it.
Right.
So it didn't
Okay.
matter what he said, they were going to do what he said.
Right.
So it doesn't matter about the lie. It matters on the person who said the statement. It doesn't matter what he said.
Right. But there just has to be facts. And if the people don't believe in facts, then nothing moves forward in any direction that's real.
In this
Like,
in this situation like this with weak minds, it's feelings over facts. The lie is more entertaining than the facts.
right.
Okay, so that's all. This was a good example of that. That's all it was. They know he lost. They're just angry. This is anger.
But I don't think they don't believe he lost.
I think they do. I think they know. They're just angry. They're not stupid.
Well, yeah, of course
Some of those people were judges.
they and police officers and everything else, the prominent figures in our community. And
Exactly. This was emotional.
it comes down to more of like
This was a mob mentality. It was like,
it's
oh,
not
1,000 people are going. I'm going too. But he
but it's
lost. Yeah, but let's just go anyway.
right. And I mean it's they're trying to fight to keep the Republican Party
Yes,
in
a
power.
100%. Yes, that's all that was. Yes,
So I mean,
you get it.
no, I get it, but it doesn't it's a lot. I mean, the whole thing is a
you
lot,
you
but
keep you
whatever.
keep focusing on the lie. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This was pettiness. This was emotional. That's I keep saying it. We're going like you say. We're going around. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter about the lie. It doesn't. It's more entertaining. The lies are more entertaining than the truth.
Well, then that's kind of my thing, like with the Republican Party, why I can't. I mean, I like a lot of the things that their platform supports,
Me too.
but when they are lying and they're dishonest and they're deceitful, it's hard for me just because I'm a moral person who doesn't do any of those things. I can't get behind a party like that.
Nobody
So
should,
that's
and that's not all of them. That's only a few. Remember, a lot of some Republicans weren't even riding with Trump. Like they're all not like that.
and they've all converted out of the Republican Party.
But listen, Tulsi Gabbard just stopped being Democrat, so I'm kind of interested in what she's going to go to now. I think she's going to go full Republican, and I want to know why. But we'll see. But
Who?
if somebody like Tulsi Gabbard is
The lady who got shot from Arizona?
no, she didn't get shot.
Oh,
Who
who?
got
Who's
shot?
Tulsi Gabbard?
She's a congresswoman from Hawaii, I think.
Was she running for president on the
Mm-hmm.
Republican Party?
No, no,
But
no.
she
She
was
was a Democrat.
hmm,
She was a Democrat, and she's
yeah,
very pretty, by the way.
yeah. Um
Anyway, I'm just for her to like revoke her the Democratic Party. I'm just curious to see where she
like
goes from
why?
there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after reading the platform of the Republican Party, I was like, okay, I'm a lot in line with a lot of the things that the Republican Party stands for. But
Like what?
Um, but see, you have to kind of define what traditional values are in America. You listen to a lot of right-wing people, so what do they consider
and,
traditional
and I got
values
a
in
red hat on.
America? Huh? Oh, I
And I
know.
have a red hat on.
Yeah. Like you definitely are more right-leaning than I am in that sense.
Right wingy.
No, leaning.
Oh, I
But
also
so
would accept it wingy.
but so like what is considered traditional American
Well,
values?
I don't ride with them on traditional as far as
But
that.
what do they say that it
But
is?
oh, okay, I'm sorry. Just like family, two heterosexual
A
parents,
man and yeah, man and woman.
two kids or whatever more if you can afford it. Why picket fence, job, fair, equal, pay everybody, or pay your wage, what you earned, capitalism. I'm definitely for capitalism. Um, but the only thing I don't agree with them on is this the Christian faith or Catholicism. But that's about it. The only I agree with everything else. Traditional.
Right.
Because to me that's stability, that it makes sense. I think it's healthier. I think that they into protecting our children. Like sometimes the
With
Democrats,
abortion.
some Democrats can just be too liberal. I'm mixed on the abortion thing. Yeah, so they're not for abortion. So I'm mixed, literally and figuratively. So
Right.
it's but both sides make sense. One side you have, well, women's rights and it's their body, their choice, whatever. But then I also feel like abortions gave women more excuse to have sex more, to be more promiscuous, because there was no repercussions. And then you take the incentive of having no father in the house and via welfare and stuff, and they get paid for more kids. They get paid more for more kids. It's like, yeah, I'm having unprotected sex, and my kids aren't going to be reared by no man in the house. It's a whole thing. Like Republicans they ain't with that.
They're not with having,
They're not with the abortions. They're not with the promiscuous sex, and they're into marriage. They're very into marriage and the family household.
but okay, so
And
that's cool and all. And I that's all great things to stand by. But when a good number of their representatives and leaders in that party are very promiscuous, are very adulterous, are very like sexual assaulty, rapey. So like
who's been convicted of rapey in who are Republicans?
Matt Gates,
He's in jail.
he's on his way. Trump, Donald Trump,
He just likes to grab pussy. Keep going.
exactly.
If
Um,
the if a woman lets you grab her pussy and you brag about grabbing her pussy, are you really in the wrong?
huh? What woman? She didn't say that.
Who's she?
He didn't say. I mean, no woman. He said that. He said,
Yeah,
"Oh, just grab him in the pussy." He's the one
yeah.
that
He,
said
he
it,
said, and they'll let you, and they let you.
right?
Yeah. So if they let you, who's who's in the wrong? Nobody.
Yeah, but I mean,
They're just saying it's
if
just
you're a
saying.
Christian man, if you're a Christian man
Did
and
he
you're
say he was
standing,
Christian?
well, I mean, if you're a Republican Party and that's like your leader, your president that you're backing, and he doesn't have any Christian values or practices, like, how do I take you serious?
Didn't he? He wasn't even Republican until he got voted, right?
Right, but he's the Republican candidate for the Republican Party. He's the
I'm just
president.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? He's the guy who's trying to
Sure.
run in 2024 and everybody's behind him. And he's not Christian like. So how could you make him your leader? And he's just a horrible person. but you stand on traditional values and the Bible, and it just doesn't. It's kind of like gaslighting and not practicing what you preach. So, and I mean, nobody's perfect. They're not perfect, but I don't know. It just seems like on the Republican Party, it's a lot of like I don't understand their intentions.
If there's somebody
And
who you think has potential, um, and you know they're faulty at some parts, do you abandon them or do you teach them?
people don't change. You can't teach people anything.
So that's called cynicism. So you let them go. You just don't
Yeah.
help them. Okay.
No, I mean you can help whoever you want, but the Republic, where are they helping? Where are they rehabilitating Donald Trump? When have they told him, sir, that's not Christian-like? Sir, the way that you act is not how we want to represent our conservative values.
How do you know people haven't been in his ear?
I mean, I don't know that, but he's hasn't changed and he's not changing and he's like doubling down and he's subpoenaed. So maybe we'll get to hear more from him when he's in court on his way to jail. Oh, my fault.
He's not
Like,
going
you
to
know what I
jail.
mean? Yeah, he might not go to jail. Well, no, he's gonna go to jail for something. But he has so many cases.
He
Like,
can't go to jail.
how is that a traditional value or a good person? Like, that's it's just what do you call it? Not an oxymoron, but it just doesn't.
Contradictory.
Yes, it's very contradictory to what you believe in.
But it's like, but if he represents you and he's a Republican, I mean,
He's the leader.
you have to ride. It's ride or die.
Yeah, it's goofy. It's not. You're a hypocrite.
You just you just
They're hypocritical.
you just hope that some of your knowledge will get into the ear. Like I said, some not every Republican was riding with him, Trump. So
No, yeah, there's never Trumpers, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't like him and won't back him and think he's wrong, but the power in the party is more important. So they're just trying to keep the power. So that's that, but it's just I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that and they're loud. Like the Republican Party is very loud in their beliefs and they make sense. They seem like they're logical, but I just don't understand their intentions behind a lot of the things that they do. And also, like if they I know they don't talk about slavery or anything like that, but do you think they consider traditional American values a slave labor economy?
no,
Is that how traditional we're going? Have you ever heard any of your right wing people talk about that?
no, because it's not a thing.
They just don't. They've never said that.
It's not. I mean, it's not a thought. Why
Don't they fear like or even more like a race
race
situation?
war?
Like, yeah, like don't they know or feel that their race is dying and like how they don't want the white man to become inferior or become a minority and all that stuff?
I think that's more of like a individual or collective
Do they talk? Have you
KKK
ever heard
thing.
them talk about it though?
Not no
Like
regular Republicans, maybe the KKK and white supremacist organizations, but not any right wingies.
they've never
No,
said, "Oh, they're giving all their jobs away to
not to
minority."
Americans. No, if you're American, doesn't matter. If you're an American, if you're here
Yeah.
legally,
So I don't know. It just it's kind of vague. Like they stand their platform has a lot of great ideas, but it's kind of vague. And it's like they don't want any government, but we need government. You need government for regulations because you can't really trust businesses to do the right things in their products and make sure that every level is kosher. Like every level is not some kind of like slave labor
I mean, that's what the
or
FCC is for, right? And then unions.
well, that's what they don't want. They don't want like Trump when he was in office, he reversed a lot of the regulations that Obama had put in place to like regulate our businesses, our the quality of food, you know.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like,
that's all out of petty.
yeah, but it happened. So
Yeah,
for whatever reason, it happened, but like you can't trust corporations to source their materials in a proper manner. Like yeah, and you can't trust companies to like not save money wherever they can in the
but
whole
then he,
supply chain.
but then he tried to like lower the prescription and medical costs. Did he do that? Trump.
Trump? No, absolutely not.
It didn't happen.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
At least in my circles, I've never heard him do that. I know that Biden is trying to do that currently. And I know some private companies are trying to, like, what that guy was it Mark Cuban? I think Mark Cuban, he's in the pharmaceutical arena now, and he's like giving people um prescriptions
Listen,
for less or whatever. But I don't know. I just that's it's just interesting. Interesting to me. But the Democrats, I guess we could talk about them. We don't, I haven't really talked about the Democratic Party,
well, you just got
but
started.
huh?
You just got started.
Yeah. But
You're
yeah, because
going down the
like,
list.
yeah, because I don't know. I think we kind of covered all the other stuff. But the Democratic Party, they basically just want to progress past traditional values. And a lot of people, you know, aren't open. A lot of people aren't inclusive or don't want to be accepting of, like my friend, she sent me this video of this man at a bookstore and he was just taking videos of Barnes inside of Barnes and Nobles of all these like books on like spells and like witch books and it was a lot of LGBTQ books and he like had a huge problem with it. He was just like he feels like there's an agenda and it was pretty obsessive. And I don't know, maybe because it's Halloween, but like that's kind of the I feel like the progressive side of the world. They don't want like people want to be open to accept everything that's happening and that's evolving in our world, which I don't really agree with. So that's like for me, the Democratic Party is kind of not in line with my social values, I would say.
You think they're too liberal?
Yeah, for me, when it comes to like religious stuff,
I think the trans thing and the drag queen thing and the pronoun thing, I think that's going overboard. I think some people are abusing the fact that they can cancel. It's so easy to cancel people now that they can.
and
So
like all the labels, yeah, like people, like a lot of people don't want to have these conversations with their children. And I mean, I know the world is like there's a lot of people that are experiencing these, you know, the transgender conversation is a lot more prevalent now, which I feel like is the real push um
the part
with
where, hey,
inclusivity.
I
What'd you say?
identify as an owl and a panther.
Man.
Those are my pronouns. Is a
Yeah,
panther and
because
owl.
I think people feel like how far are we gonna go with everything? You know, how far can you go with it? And a lot of people, there's just a lot of people who don't believe in any of that. Like there's a lot of people who don't believe in Jesus. So it's just
Yeah.
like it's really hard. It's really
I
difficult.
mean, we're never going to be a uniform society because we just have too many views.
Yeah, but it's too hard to just align with fully Republican and fully Democrat,
But I
in my
do,
opinion.
but I believe also like sometimes you have to think for other people to make society work. I mean,
Well, I
you're
think,
never going to have everybody, feel the same. It's like Demolition Man. You had the rich people up here, then the people who didn't want to partake in that way of living, so they all live underground in the sewers, eating rat burgers. And it's like they rather live down there free than live up there and get ticketed for saying the curse word
yeah,
and eating Taco Bell. So it's like
yeah, because I feel like every action,
you want freedom or structure.
yeah, but it's like a counter. So it's like some people are gonna want that freedom, but then the other people are gonna want that structure. So it's like freedom, structure, like, is there a compromise here, or people are just gonna stay here?
That's why they feel like in the big cities it's going to be rich versus poor. There aren't going to be no middle. It's going to be exactly like Demolition Man. It's going to be rat burgers or Taco Bell. It's going to be it's the extremes. I'd rather eat Taco Bell. Eat my robe. Having
Yeah,
sex
but
on seashells.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, where else could we go with this? Health and social services. So I don't know. I mean, we've kind of touched on a lot of these different topics, but you just can't choose.
So you're not part of any party.
I mean, I vote Democrat,
Hmm.
but I'm kind of rethinking like if I say I believe in the Lord and all that, like,
But you can do that.
but I do, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I see, and that's the thing. It's like, do you impose your will on others or do you mind your business?
You
And I
mind your
feel like,
business. That's
but
the
then that,
progressive way, right?
yeah,
To me, like Republican is like one way. That's why I'm not a Republican. Like it's Christian faith or Catholicism or baptism or nothing, right? It's like Jesus or nothing. So for me, it's nothing. And then the other side is like, well, you could do whatever you want. It could be Buddhist, it could be Wiccan, it could be Jesus, it could be, a three-headed dragon.
so that's the thing. It's like, how do you choose those things to make a society civil? Because there's no way, as long as people are standing their ground of like,
But that's
it's not gonna
Republicans, right?
ever,
Republicans say individual freedoms. So it doesn't matter who you believe, as long as you do your own thing over there, and you're peaceful, and we do our thing over here, and we're peaceful, and we respect each other, and that's it.
but I feel like Republicans definitely are telling people, oh, you're gay, so we hate you. Like it doesn't feel like it's
But there's
coming
gay
from a place.
Republicans,
Right, exactly.
there's gay Christians.
But to make this make sense, we have to go off of what their platform, not the like outliers in their party. You have to go off of what they're saying they
I know, but
are.
if they show up, I mean, they're not going to get turned away. Turned away, you know. They're still there at the parties, at the meetings.
Yeah, but I mean, to make society work, though, you have to like compromise. You have to. So I feel like it almost is best to just let people do what they want to do, make society as civil as possible, by allowing people to just live how they want to live and let them deal with their God on their choices.
until it harms somebody.
But how would somebody loving the same sex make them, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, my
well,
issue right now is the body dysmorphia for children, like giving children a voice when they're not even like mentally developed all the way yet.
oh, allowing them to change their sex and
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, how many tomboys did I have sex with who were hella feminine when they turned 25? You know, at 18 they were in baggy pants. At 25 they were in dresses. It's like TLC. First album to the last album. It's like
Yeah,
hella feminine, and they weren't gay. So it's
right.
like, imagine if that kind of a girl, like a T-Boz girl, she's 16 and she's on Reddit, and people are telling her or whatever, like, oh, you look like us, like we're gonna get dicks because you have short hair and you act masculine and you like baseball. I mean, that's a problem. And that's the part about I mean, you could be free and liberal, but there's like there has to be structure. There has to be like a limit, you know. And then doctors are capitalizing off of that and getting paid because they're committing the surgeries, and then they want the laws to change where minors can make those decisions. I'm like, no, what? She's 15 years old. He's 14. Like, we're chopping off dicks and boobs here. And then
Because,
they're
yeah, I feel
and then
like
they're
that is
regretting it and they're detransitioning
right. Like
at 22.
that's a major decision.
Yeah, and that's liberals being like, no, let them do what they want. Like, no, dude, they're kids.
Like, yeah, you need parenting for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, people need guidelines. People do need guidelines, or they're gonna just do whatever their little brain thinks.
So it's
And
like we could be liberal, we could have our individual freedoms, but we also need structure. We need laws, we need regulations because sometimes we're stupid. The
and we
good
can't be trusted.
the greatest example, 100%. The greatest example to me is smoking. Right? They banned smoking. Right? You can't smoke indoors anymore. Right? Why?
And that was a good thing for
That
us.
was a good thing. Well, why? Right? Because secondhand smoke was killing us. Smoking was killing us. Remember they used to smoke on planes? I remember that.
Dude,
You
at
used to smoke
work.
on planes
Imagine
at
smoking
work,
at work.
like in the office, like at the
Just,
cubicle, just like, yes, dude. So so the government said, yo, we can't have this anymore because people are dying. So now you gotta smoke outside, idiot. If you
yeah,
smoke in here, oh, and by the way, we're gonna tax the cigarettes and now they're higher and higher because we want you guys to live.
yeah. And the irresponsibility of private businesses
Because you
telling
weren't,
people it was good for you.
yeah, you
Like
weren't
they used
because
to
you weren't
tell
gonna do
people
it
it
on
was
your
good.
own.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's
then
that's the government playing parent. They're playing parent on that.
yeah, but like I believe in we need, like you said, we need regulations on some things. People need to be watched because if you're not watched, you're gonna do whatever you could do to get away with it.
I mean, imagine how many lives they saved telling by regulating smoking and making the price higher. I know a lot of people who stopped smoking because carton was like $15, $21 now.
Right.
And one of them was my mom. So hallelujah, goddamn it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
She don't smoke
It's
at all. She done
yeah. No, that's good. That's great. So I don't know. I think people do need direction.
parenting.
Yeah. People need correction,
People need regulation. People need structure. People need to be told.
guidelines. But then are we sheep? Then people say, "Oh, you're a sheep because you follow this or that." But aren't people just looking out for you?
Okay, but if you're sheep, but you're still able to work
Be
wherever you
careful
want,
how
if
you
you
answer
can.
this question.
Who, me?
Yeah, I
Why?
was like, no, no, no. Go
Oh,
ahead,
because
because I was thinking about a past show.
oh.
I was like, am I being a Karen? That's not a Karen, huh?
No, Karen is totally is a psychopath.
No, but it's okay to care about how what happens to people, like if they want to jump off of a pole into the street on a skateboard, you know?
Yeah, but that's stupid, right? Because there's cars, you could get hurt. You're also in the way
Yeah,
of cars moving. So that's stupid.
yeah, exactly. So it's like people do need some kind of correction
Yeah, but where are
without
their
being called in
parents?
Karen, without being called a Karen, without being called a Karen. I'm just being goofy. But it's true. Like, it's just people need these things. People need these things to be, if you believe in a civil society, because that's a whole nother conversation. If you don't believe in a civil society, there's no reason for any type of governance.
I mean, you don't want anarchy, right? You don't want to that what happened in
Some
Portland
people
and
will
Seattle. You
people
don't
want
want
anarchists.
Occupy. Who?
So those people, maybe the extreme left, a lot of those extreme left people are
The unnamed who
anarchists.
wear the vendetta masks.
Yeah.
I
I think
think
go ahead.
women first.
Now, I
Ladies.
just don't think
Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first.
I just don't think the extreme of anything is healthy in the long run.
No, we have to have a medium, like a some mediation. We have to have an equal ground. We have to have a what do you call it? A compromise. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where both parties can be. I feel like both parties are very same have same ideologies. They just want peace. Everybody wants peace. But I think on both sides you just have like petty. Some people are too emotional and too petty and too extremists. They go too hard. Like on the Republican side, there's the too hard would be like too racist, right? And the Democrat side, it would be like too liberal,
Too sex,
too free.
too, yeah,
You know what I'm
too
saying? Like there's like
sexually oriented.
there's like
Yeah.
agendas on both sides that are not
Yeah.
conducive with fair living, with peaceful living.
Yeah.
But though
Because that,
that's a mental something. It's a mental situation. That's a psychotic state,
yeah. Because
and it
they're,
makes them look bad.
yeah, yeah. Because, like, I really believe the extreme right and the extreme left are the ones that have the voice in the parties, and they're petty and they do play games with each other.
Because they're on Twitter. They're on Twitter. They're thumb warriors. They're all
Yeah,
they bitch about everything.
it's like a game for them. Like this is all a game for them. Because
They
if you
want to
think about,
cancel people so bad.
yeah, like it's just no, like every 4 years you could have a change of party, which means you have a change of laws and people reverse this and reverse that. And it's like you're no, there's really no progress. It's like it's like fake progress for either party. It's like, oh, Biden's in office, we're gonna get healthcare, we're gonna get free education and all that stuff. But once the next person says it's a Republican, they get in office, they're gonna reverse all that if they can, and then they're gonna put their abortion agenda forward. But then, maybe the next person that gets in is gonna change that. So it's like it's really no progress anywhere if you think about it, not for any side. It's like, oh, there'll be this for a little while and then that. So I really feel like it's kind of like a game.
It's like a
It's like
seesaw effect. It's
yeah,
like
it's
I
like a
go up, now you
yeah,
go up.
yeah,
I
it's like
go
a
up.
petty game, and they're dividing America off of this like pettiness. Like, have you seen that video of Nancy Pelosi talking about she would punch Trump and then she would go to jail and be fine with it?
Yeah, she's a problem. She's a problem.
Yeah,
Like all those people who rioted over the COVID and George Floyd thing, like those people are problems.
there's a lot of
All those
problems.
people who did the participate in the insurrection or whatever, like all those people are problems because
The
those are
selection,
the
the
what?
selection of what? The selection of what?
Not
Sorry.
selection. What's it called?
Oh, the insurrection?
The insurrection.
Oh,
I don't know why I had a problem with that because I said it earlier. Anyway, All those people are problems because they're extremists.
Yeah. But that's what I'm
You
saying
don't
though.
want peace.
I think the extremists are the ones who are getting their voices out in the media. Like, and that's like making people think that the world is this bad. But I don't really believe most of the world is Democratic or Republican. I feel like most rational people are everything.
I think those people are the ones who make America bad. All those people who participate in the riots, all those people who participate in insurrections, all those people who want to protest and not do nothing, all those people want to like support BLM and not do research, all those people who want to do be part of a religion, a party, and not do their research, all those people are a problem. They're the issue. They're the reason why we're never going to get a common ground because you're not doing your research. You're not listening. You don't listen to each other. You're petty. You're emotional. It's feelings over facts. You don't give a shit. You're not googling things. It's like you're not doing the research and reading, actual reading or listening. That's the problem. those
Yeah,
those are the those are the easiest ones to get swayed.
yeah. And
Those
to
are
be
weak minds.
yeah, yeah. And I don't think people should be aligned so hard with a party, like period. We can't do that anymore. It's not like it's the LA Dodgers. You know what I mean? But I mean, it kind of, I think people do look at it that way. It's like Republican, Democrat. No, we shouldn't be doing that. I don't think.
Yeah, until they take money out of politics, I don't want to be part of any party.
And that's what's scary too. It's like to get a candidate to win, they have to have millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, so
Like
they
that
can
just seems
advertise and
backwards.
campaign, and that sucks.
Yeah, like that just seems so backwards to me. It's like that millions of dollars you're paying in advertising could go into helping homeless or a real problem, you know. But then, shoot, then there's the other side of that. Some homeless people want to live off the grid or houseless, excuse me. But you know
Hustlers.
what I mean? Like
I live in LA. I know what you mean.
there's no compromise. The compromise is to actually compromise, but nobody's compromising.
Nobody's gonna cover it. People just want to see the world burn. They want to be part of it.
And then
People don't
yeah,
they don't want people to get help. They don't want people to live. They're so backwards, and some people don't even know it. They're in denial. They think they're doing like the God's work or a good thing, but they're not. You're part of the problem. You're part of it. You need to do something. So you're gonna go out and fight for justice, but really you're like breaking windows and
yeah,
smashing
like it's not
cars.
strategic. It's not, but I mean, some people, I used to always say, protesting is pointless, but it does make politicians move on an issue if they see that these people are going to actually come out to vote and, may challenge you or in your office, in your position. So I can see how protesting is helpful there to show the Congress and the elected officials, hey, there's a lot of people who are going to vote on this. And then people see this and they're like, oh, okay, we're going to vote that
Yes,
way too.
visually, if you do a peaceful protest and you're really talking about change and you really want or doing something, yes, you're going to get heard, and that works. It doesn't work when you're flipping over cars and burning down businesses. That's when it doesn't work. Because that's
Yeah,
anarchy.
no, I mean, it doesn't
When
do
you're in the
anything.
when you're in front of the Capitol and you're get a mic and a podium provided for you, by the way, and you're talking your shit, and everybody got their little picket signs and stuff like that, you are being heard. Your
Yeah,
vote counts. Your
yeah.
voices matter. But when you're out there like throwing rocks and can spray painting shit on the walls, you're not doing anything. You're making it worse.
Not more, it will making it worse for yourself, especially if that's your neighborhood and now you don't have a grocery store anymore, or you won't have a grocery store for a few months because it has to be repaired.
Mm-hmm.
If that's even, and if it's a small business, if you did all that damage, like how are they gonna be it they don't have money to
That's somebody's
repair
uncle who lives
and
in the
then be
neighborhood.
out of business. Yeah, and then to be out of business for a few months to do those repairs is going to put them in an even deeper hole.
In the store
Like
that you
it's
go
just
to.
yeah, so it's really that kind of stuff is only ruins ourselves. I don't think anything good comes from like destroying your neighborhood. It brings the property value down and then it brings gentrifiers.
Yeah, I don't have any empathy for that at all.
Yeah. I mean, I have empathy for the fact that people are angry and they're like
I don't.
done treated poorly, but uh, like you said the other day, it's like we have to keep persevering when we're faced with
Adversity.
challenges. Yeah, but it's like sometimes, like I feel people like sometimes you're tired of having to fight, but this life is all about fighting for some reason. And it's like you don't want to have to always fight, but you have to, period. Whether it's right or wrong, and it sucks. It freaking sucks. But
Some of y'all think you're fighting, but you got cable TV, Wi-Fi, and two cars.
yeah, but that's,
What are you fighting? Where's the
those
fight?
are, yeah, but that's a given. But some people are more passionate about certain causes and, they want that justice in that area, whatever it may be. But there are a lot of fights that are petty, like the whole mask mandate thing. Like, dude, it's to save our lives from a disease. Who cares how the disease got here? It's here and it's killing people. So can we all just care about each other and wear a mask?
I think the way I see it now is like, especially with everything open and stuff. This is how it should have been in the beginning, where people had a choice to wear a mask or not. I think if it looked like this in March 2020, I don't think we would have been so divided.
Well, I think people also had to give this novel virus a chance to develop and evolve. Like they didn't know, they didn't have any concrete evidence on how to contain the spread of this. But I think maybe now they know that, hey, if you're worried about getting a disease, wear your mask and you should be fine. I think they know that now.
Because think about all the how many people lost their jobs, how many businesses closed down. I just lost two of my favorite spots in Glendale, and it breaks my heart still every time I look at that Starbucks. But
Those people have to fight. This is the way
you
the
can't
cookie
fight
crumbles.
if the government is not letting anybody go outside,
But
and I got
it's just a
employees to
form of
pay.
a well, however the case, they've been oppressed. They have to fight. You have to
Fight what? What
persevere.
do I fight the
You have to
banks?
persevere. You have to persevere.
Are you
That's
throwing my words at me? Because that's
every
different.
yes, I am. Everything happens for a reason. So you have to persevere. It's not your fault,
So a
but
mom and pop was supposed to close down their shop so a Starbucks can
well, it's just what happened.
a conglomerate can come in and take over.
But it's just what happened. So you gotta just buckle up your bootstraps and pull your boots up and keep going, keep marching. You'll have another
I mean,
opportunity.
I hope they do.
Yeah, like that's just the way life goes. Like at this point,
That's
because
just the
nothing is
way it
fair.
is.
Life isn't fair. It is not fair. And you have to be resilient and you have to keep going and you have to keep fighting. Like, period. I don't know why. I don't know. I have no clue why, but I agree with you. You have to keep fighting.
And I'm gonna keep fighting in the safety of my house.
Yeah. But then this kind of sucks that we have to isolate because you might get robbed for leaving a fun party. Oh, that's so crazy to
That's you
me.
going outside. That's why I said I'll be doing my fight inside.
It's
That's
like
you
it's
going
a risk.
outside.
Yeah, it's a risk. Like literally right now, just the state of America, it's dangerous to go outside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It doesn't matter. You
that's
could
why I
be,
carry my knife with me. I'm cool, like, but I'm still not going outside
yeah, but it's just,
unless you
I
want to
don't know.
catch these blades.
So it's like, how, America, how do we got to stop something. We have to stop being so loud and divisive. But the only reason those people are getting the spotlight is because it brings ratings to the media. Like the media loves any story
Trump.
that's,
We
yeah,
do have against
Trump,
Trump. Trump is
yeah,
popping.
or police brutality,
Oh
on
my
black.
god.
Because I'm sure there's police that are out here killing white people and Mexican people, but why don't we see that on TV?
We see that here a lot on at least in LA on the news.
Non-black people?
They just had a few not just had but a few months ago they had some Mexican kid who was doing security. He got shot by some cops and they're protesting out there.
Yeah.
Yep, just a kid, man.
Mm. So I don't know. It's just there's a lot of things that if we want to get back to a peaceful, well, can I even say get back to a peaceful state?
I think we all need to just move from like the big cities. I think the big cities are a problem because there's too many people. The rent's too high. Like the get, the gas is high. Like we're just too close to each other. We're not. We're all sick of each other. Everybody's emotional and shit. Everybody's taking each other's parking spots or not. Thinking about other people, and nobody's considerate in the big cities. I think most of us should just move. Half of us.
But
Like I
then
want to
wherever
be
they,
in the woods.
yeah, but if you leave from a big city and you move to everybody moves to the woods, and the woods are going to be the same situation.
Yeah, but you know how much land we have in America, dude? Like we all should just go to Montana, Colorado, Arkansas, Arizona, Las
Yeah, but I'm
Vegas.
saying, say everybody in New York just went to Montana. It's going to be New York thought mentality in Montana, and it's going to be
No,
hella crowded and over like,
it's going to be not everybody's going to go to Montana. People are going to go to Rhode Island. They're going to go to Vermont. There'll be different places, and then half of New York will be gone, right? So let's say 50% of New York left, right? All their mentalities are going to change because it's going to be more peaceful. There's not going to be that many rude people. It's going to be a culture shock for them, and they're probably going to be more tame. The people who are left in New York are probably going to be the old people or the people who have families, right? So they're going to be chilling. The rent's going to be lower because the landlords need incentive for people to move into the apartments now. So the rent's going to go down. The traffic is going to go down. The pollution is going to go down. People are probably going to be nicer because the streets are going to be less crowded. That's all it is we cannot live with each other. We can't live
oh,
in an
we
overpopulated
should.
area. No, we can't. We can't
Oh,
do
well,
it.
yeah, close proximity. I
We need
mean,
space. We need our own space. You got people renting
people in India,
closet apartments for like $3,000.
right,
They're going insane.
right, but like
You
people in
cannot
India,
mentally be stable paying $3,000 for a room that looks like a bathroom.
right, but these issues don't happen in like India or China,
What are you
where the
talking
pop.
about? Look, Japan has a problem with space, right? Everybody like I don't know if you've seen those like apartments that they're just on top of each other and
Mhm.
they literally can't move. I mean, that's not good for your mental health. I
But you
wonder
don't,
what their suicide rate is
but you don't hear them killing each other like
because they're
we do.
quiet. I also don't hear any Asian problems because Asian people are more quiet, and that's the problem too. But they are, but they'll be visually open about it. Like they didn't want they're not very uh pro black. When they had the Star Wars movie with Finn character, and they wanted his character smaller. When the Black Panther movie came out, they wanted the masked version, not the unmasked version. You know what I'm saying? They're more visual than speaking out. You know what I mean? They're like passive aggressive,
Mhm.
and it works for them. You know what I'm saying? But again, I need to do my research. I want to see how
Yeah,
in
like that would be
Japan
interesting
and
to know.
China, like what is their suicide rate? Because they're living crazy, and their women are being more modern, like our women in the states, which is a bad thing. So now,
Yeah,
like the women think they
America
can,
is influential.
yeah.
America influences everything.
So now the women think they can get like lawyers and stuff, and they feel like they deserve it. So that's another issue. So 60-70% of the men out there aren't dating because the women out there think they can get like a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like it's definitely becoming like westernized. So it's we we're so easily influenced and gullible, and we're like in our 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know what I mean? It's like we if you're married now and it's working, I'm telling you, do not get divorced. You it's count your blessings, praise each other, praise your kids, pray that you guys are a middle class family. Do not get divorced. Do not cheat. Get counseling if you need it. It is bad out here, people. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's nothing out here.
There was nothing out here, and everybody is crazy. They're stabbing people for no reason. People are stealing
Chopping off
food,
heads.
chopping off heads. They're eating each other. They're stealing shoes off of people's feet. They're knocking each other out for no reason. They're running. They're driving. They're honking. And then if you deserve the honk, they're honk back at you. Like they're not wearing seatbelts. It's crazy out here, fam.
Yeah, and I don't see it changing unless people
Move. You got to move. Get out of here.
change their hearts and take the time to understand the other person's argument and
Move.
research
Stop
certain things.
living in the big city. If you have a family, get out. Get out of LA, get out of Miami, get out of New York, get out. Don't raise kids here. Don't raise kids in the big city. Get the fuck out.
Well, that's what I mean. Back in the day, people, I remember all my friends would always say that, oh, I'm gonna go here and, live and party. And then when I want to raise my family, I'm gonna come back to Sacramento
Yes. Yes.
because
Please do that.
it's just it's harder when you have
Yes.
a lot of temptations.
Sow your
I,
wild oats when you're young, and then when you're ready, get that career, get out. Go to Montana, go to Arizona, go to Vermont, go to Ohio. Please, you will
but I'm
have a
also,
better life.
yeah, the quality of life is better in those certain places.
Do not go
Um,
into a city where your kid has to go to school and walk over homeless people who are humping in their tents outside. Like what? Who are doing heroin in in a construction site at an open construction site. This is what? No, no. Plus, we could telework now. Please, I'm going to Arizona.
yeah, but I mean the opiate situation is pretty prevalent in the smaller towns. So
Who
that's
cares?
but I think stop it. But I think that's why
It's quiet.
yeah, it's nothing to do. That's the other side of it. Like there's not enough to
Who cares?
do and there's not enough opportunities. And so
Who's doing opioid? The parents or the kids?
well, everybody.
The kids should be playing baseball. They should be playing sports. They should be hanging out with friends, going to movies, having movie night, playing Xbox, on the headsets. You know what I'm saying? Like, when do we have time to do opioids? The parents should be fucking and watching movies, like, and making money and paying bills. What else do you need to do? You did all that shit when you were 20. If you still need to go out at 30 and 40, you got kids, you have problems. You got problems, Joe.
I don't know.
You
Yeah.
living for your kids. Living just enough for the kiddies, yeah. Okay. You sacrificed. You wanted kids. You wanted that middle class life. This is it. You guys should be saving money to go travel and then travel once a year. Every family should be traveling once a year. Italy 1 year, Rome the next. Is that the same place? Greece. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Jamaica, Hawaii. Okay, with the fam, creating memories. Go look at the Tower of Pisa. You know what I'm saying? Go travel to different states in the states. You know what I'm saying? Go to Arizona, see the rocks in Arizona. Go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, but all this does cost money.
I know that's why I said save. I said once a year, once or twice a year. Every family should be traveling. You can do it. Go to Africa. Go do the tour thing. Do the safari thing. You can do it. It costs like $2,000 or something. Round trip, all family. That's come on, man. bored my ass, man. If you're doing opioids, you're already an addict. You're probably drinking alcohol already. It's not good enough. You're already an addict. You already have a problem. You should be in rehab. If you drink alcohol all the time, every day,
But rehab, doesn't it cost money?
does it cost money? Or you could do 50, can you do 5150 or something?
I mean, I
And
don't know if like insurance covers it or so that
if
could
you
be an
have a
issue.
job but you're middle class, you're insurance, you should have insurance.
Yeah, but the middle class is no longer, it's becoming a lower class and upper class.
Well,
So
Mark Cuban's helping, right? We're getting help for that. That's all going to change.
yeah, well yeah, I mean
Go
eventually,
outside, go ride your bike, go hiking.
but
Every
people
city
don't
has
want to
stuff
do
to
those
do.
things.
That's
People
on
don't want
them.
to
They're
do those
stupid. That's
things.
stupid. They're probably.
Yeah, I love those things. I enjoy those
I
things
love those
thoroughly.
things. Like nobody should be on the couch, sitting on the couch watching TV, eating kettle corn. Nobody should be doing that. They
But
should be
people do.
outside,
People are
walking around.
depressed. Yeah, people
Are
are
these
depressed
people
though.
who are depressed? Are they? Do they have families?
I don't know. Maybe not. And
If you have a family, you should not be depressed.
that's why maybe
You're living a dream.
traditional values are important. Because,
Thank you. Yes.
but
Yes. In fact, everybody should be talking to a counselor anyway, just to get feelings out. Somebody who's not your family, who's not your friend, just to get your feelings out and talk about stuff outside. No, nobody should be like holding anything in, and especially from your partner. Your partner is your partner. Okay, your husband, your wife, that is your best friend. That should be your best friend. They should know everything about you, and vice versa.
like listening to you talk and say all these things right now, to me, it's just like, like, is this, things are too far gone. I don't think it's like people don't even want to hear how to help them but everybody tries to pass on what works for them or what's helped them
Because it
onto
works.
other
This
people.
works. Look,
It does, but
come
people
with
don't want to
me,
hear it.
Hail Mary.
But like
Come
for
quick,
me,
see.
like listen, for me, okay, Kanye rap or praying. Are you over there praying?
No, it's Tupac. Oh, I see what you said. It's I pray. That's my prayer. That's my Tupac prayer.
Prayer. That's like a funny. But like, no, I was gonna say, like, for me, I believe faith and believing in God is what works. And I know this is right, and the principles in the Bible is what's right, and people's lives will be changed, and all that stuff. But there's people who don't believe that at all and will never believe that. Exactly. So it's like,
And I still have morals, and I still think marriages shouldn't,
right, but
is
who
the
are
proper
we
way.
to tell other people how to live their
This
life?
is just my advice. If you want, to me, it just makes sense because all the mental anguish is people watching TV and being on social media and not focusing on their friends and family and the people around them. You know what I'm saying? All the people who live in the South, they're always outside. They're hunting. They're with other people. They're making sausage. They're talking to each other. They're drinking outside. The whole neighborhood comes over. Everybody knows each other. Everybody knows the kids. Like everybody
Yeah,
knows what each other are
community.
doing. Yeah, there's a community out there. You know what I'm saying? Like back, where my grandpa, and my dad's side used to live. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? We've lost that because everybody's inside watching TV or on their phones or smartphones and shit.
They're getting mad over Republican and the Democratic Party.
People they getting mad at Kim Kardashian doing some dumb shit or what Kanye, what kind of shirt matters on his sweater. It's like we should be worrying about how my kids doing in college, how my BMI is. Do I need to, how my cholesterol rate is? Do I need to go hiking more? Do I need what kind of shoes do I need to buy? Should I pick up tennis? Should I pick up paddleball? Should I start playing basketball with the fellas again? We should be out there being active. We should be this is how your day should be. Go to work, wait, go to work, come back home, mess with your kids, fuck with your kids a little bit, fuck with your wife a little bit, go out, play ball with the fellas, come home, take a shower, go sleep. Do it all over again. Next day, I don't know, go to your kids' games, you know, with everybody, the whole fam, watch your kids play ball or ballet, watch your girl ballet or whatever. Go home, eat a good meal, cooked by whoever, mom or dad, don't matter. and I said cook. Nobody's going to fast food. Nobody's buying anything. It's getting cooked. Eat with the fam. What'd you do today? Oh, your game was great. Your ballet was great. Blah blah blah. Right? Go home. Go to sleep. Next, same thing over again. Every day should be different. But we're all in the with the family. Your family should know everybody's secret. There is no secrets in the fam. There's communication. TV's off. Phones off. Down off the table. Talking to
Yeah, but when people
each other.
don't know, right, right, I agree. Like these are all great things that could be helpful to people. But like if people don't know how or understand that these are good things for them, how are they gonna learn these things? Because I had the other day,
Come
or
with me.
listen, they're praying. I was on my bike today and I saw a car and it was wrapped with the people's business or whatever. And like child services and it teaches parents how to parent. It's a business teaching parents how to parent. That was the tagline
I
of
believe that
their,
because I've seen a lot. Oh, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
no, of their business. And I'm just like,
I think a lot of parents now, especially when young, like 20 and 30, like they're more interested in being friends with their kids because they're still kids themselves. They're still playing video games. They're collecting toys. They're they're still young and stupid. You know what I'm saying? And all they're worried about is money, money, money because social media is perpetuating a lie that you need to make this much money to be okay. If you have two parents who in the same household who are working and they both make 40 to 50, that's six figures right there. It's six figures right there, son. Okay? And plus they're not going to stay there. They're going to be at their job. They're going to be might get a promotion. Now if
yeah,
you okay,
shoot, I
if you
wish I had another salary. Oh, that would be so great.
and then given if somebody gets fired, okay, cool, you could always file for bankruptcy and or welfare or whatever. You can live for like a little bit, but know that like I live in LA. There's not. I live. My neighbor has keeps getting different jobs all the time because she goes out and gets those jobs. She has never been without a job, and it's always random shit. If it's not a seat filler, it's janitor. If it's not a janitor, it's doing. She has all these jobs. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get a job, that's on you. Sometimes you gotta, be humble and get that McDonald's job. Sometimes you gotta be humble and go to that temp agency. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
people don't know about humility.
That's on them. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on. This millennia generation Z or XY PQ, whatever the fuck. Like they're too entitled. It just comes easy, and I believe the credit cards have a ish, are have something to do with it, and social media.
Yeah, I think social media is really, we're like learning how social
Bad
media is
habits.
gonna mess with us, how it's affecting our society,
This
our
is it. It's already
cultures.
doing it,
Yeah, it's a lot of bad stuff.
and
There's
we
so
and we reward bad behavior because that's what I mean. Look what happened
you
with
go
Trump.
viral. You
Yeah,
could
look
go
what happened.
viral.
Yes, look what happened with Trump and all the CNN and Fox 40 were popular. Now after he got replaced, now nobody's on CNN no more. So now all the revenue is down.
Yeah.
And then
He was good for business. He was
and,
good for media
and then
because
Tik
he
yeah
was
for
off
shock
the
value
change. He was off
for
the
shock
chain.
for shock value. So then you have TikTok, right? So I hear like in China, because China owns TikTok, all they're showing is like mathematical, scholastic stuff, and over here in the states, they're showing like everything from like booty clapping and twerking to like people doing makeup and talking about toxic shit. And then there was a study where like people were like doing like selling their like nudes and stuff and doing like sexy stuff, and then like but it's not regulated. It's like 14, 15-year-olds are watching this.
Mhm.
So they're perpetuating like sexual activity to minors. So they're starting
Yeah.
off early and early and earlier, you know what I mean, because they have access to it live on their phones. And then to add insult to injury, their parents who are 20, 30 years old are buying their kids smartphones to keep them quiet because their parents still want to go party and watch TV and have sex and and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then we have
Yeah.
more single parent homes, and moms are raising sons, and they can't raise men. They can't raise men. Yet a two parent household is the best household. Even if step parents, whatever, they're invited. Cool, as long as they're rearing. Because I mean, look at Shaq. Shaq has a stepdad. He calls him dad. That's his real dad to him, and he did it. Obviously, did a good job. But Shaq's amazing. So if
Yeah.
you gotta be a stepfather or stepmom, cool. Step in. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need parenting. We need child rearing. Our kids are dying out here slowly. They're going to be on opioids.
Yeah, it's like I'm just so confused because it's just so many things that are embedded. Like it's too many factors. Like I can't even see how to like untangle the tangles of the tangle. Like shit is tangled right now. Entanglements. This whole world is it's too much. It's a web of too much.
Here's what you need to do: move out of the big cities that make you pay high rent. Get a cool job. If this is for families, you move to a place where the rent makes sense. You live in a safe area with other middle class people, and you take your kids to school and you go to work.
Yeah, but some people can't just leave their families. Like, there's a lot of factors. I
Who
mean,
wants
everything
family?
is
You're bringing your family
possible.
with you. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about your extended family. Like,
They did this. What? What?
I couldn't just up and leave the Bay Area to move to Montana, like
Wrong. Wrong.
by myself.
No. This is I
But it's
just
just
said
me,
family.
right? But it's just me.
You don't count. I'm not talking about you. You can do
No,
whatever
but
you
I'm
want.
right.
This ain't
But
for you. This is for families. You can do whatever you want. You want to stay.
yeah, but
You make that choice.
even that family has parents,
Yes. Uh
grandparents,
huh.
aunts, uncles, cousins. Like you don't want to leave all your roots. Some
No,
people don't.
you don't want to leave.
No, some people don't want to do that.
Okay.
Like there's
Okay. Well, we're talking about you. If you had a family, Stacy, if you had two kids and a husband, and your husband said, "Yo, Stace, I need to go to Montana because I got this job opportunity, 180. I mean, I think it's good for us." You're gonna say, "Bye, mom. Bye, dad.
but then they're who are
Bye."
your family unit, your support, your
That your husband is your support. That's your support. You have a family now, Stacy.
like we need babysitters.
That's you can hire a babysitter.
Like
Stop
grandparent.
it.
No,
Stop
no.
it.
I would
No.
not have just any random person around my
No,
kid
that's why you vet. Yes.
age.
No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just saying, like everything has a counter. Like
You
you could have this great plan, and
yep.
then I could see another side or things that would
And it
keep
turns out
people
great.
from doing those things. So it's
You're
just a lot of
you're
factors.
you're doing the outlier now. Who's doing the outlier?
But no, everybody has extended family
Anything
that
could
they want
happen.
close. Yeah,
You
I
guys can
don't
move
know.
to
It's
Montana
just
and your husband can get in a car accident. Now your 180 is out, gone. Now you gotta move back home because you ain't getting a job. Now you gotta work for your parents again, and gotta take care of two kids by yourself. But you're not by yourself anymore because you went back home. Now you got your parents and your brother and everybody else and your cousins. So that's cool. You adapt to your environment and your situation. But for now, you got a husband, two kids, Montana, 180. Everybody's healthy. You vet your babysitters. You make new friends. You do your thing. You go hiking. You ride your bike because your husband's your best friend. And then you
yeah,
take
but
care of
I
your
mean,
kids.
but that's it's a plan that works for people who aren't family oriented. Like I just have too big of a family to just
You
leave
mean
with
it
my little
doesn't work?
nuclear. I couldn't just leave with my little nuclear family. It would work if you could leave with your little nuclear family and be fine with that.
No, you're saying what I'm saying doesn't work for people who are family orientated. You said and who don't have their own children. That's what you mean, right? Because
Um,
you're attached to your immediate
yeah,
family.
no, and my extended family.
I mean, extended family.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you. So okay, cool. It won't work for you, but
Yeah,
it'll work. I mean, you're gonna make it work if you had kids and a husband. But that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about single individuals who are doing fine on their own.
yeah,
I wasn't talking about that.
right. But I'm just saying
You
too,
could do whatever you want. Those kind of people,
like
you and
married people are like my brother and his wife. They couldn't just leave here
why not?
because no,
If
they
they got
couldn't.
paid more somewhere else, you trying to tell me they wouldn't leave?
I don't think so.
No, they're out.
They would be, I don't know. It's just
Out.
too many people,
No,
I think, are family oriented. So it would
no.
be hard for them to just up and leave like
Of
that.
course,
Your
it'll be
grandparents,
hard on
do you
the
know how much grandparents love kids?
it'll
Like,
be hard on the kids because they gotta go to a new school. But you know what? 200,
yeah,
200K
I don't know. I
promotion,
don't know.
safer area.
Yeah.
You don't got to deal with bikers on the
I'm not
street.
saying like it wouldn't work. I'm definitely not saying it doesn't work, but I'm just saying there's a lot of factors that it's not that easy to just be like,
Of course, not. Nothing is easy. No, but you can still piece out. You can make it easy.
yeah, but
You make it hard when you make it hard.
hmm, yeah. Well, cool.
Cool.
I think we talked this one in and out all around,
Like a belly button.
but we'll probably definitely have to come back to it eventually because of something that will happen. But I'm really just trying to stay even keeled and like not get too caught up in the parties.
For sure.
Just trying to, I guess, vote for
The best
what I
candidate.
what yeah, the best candidate, whoever that may be.
Whoever you feel it is, if you when you do your research, when you do your
Yeah.
research, people.
And even if you feel like they might do good in some area or if they're just a good person or they actually have a record of doing things in the community and not just a politician who's just talking, that's a good candidate, I think, you know.
Don't vote for somebody who just who looks like who has the same color as your skin or who reminds you of your aunt who passed
Hmm.
away. Like, come on.
Yeah. It's politics, it's political. That's what it means. Politics are in everything. A lot of things are political.
Politics
And
as usual.
and it's yeah, and it's not a good politics just isn't a good thing. We gotta get away from politicking and get to factualities,
Facts over feelings.
facts over feelings. Yeah, that could work too. So, all right, you guys. Well, thanks for listening. I hope this one did or did not rub you the right or the wrong way. We'll find a happy spot. That's scary. Okay, bye.